Greetings, guys. You already know it's Billionaire Bree checking all the way back in with another video. And yes, I got my thumb in the video today. So for this thumb, I'm just basically going to do a simple ombre. So with the ombre, you want to make sure that you have your purple flush all the way down, like especially in the back. You want to make sure that you have that back part as thin as possible, but you want to make sure that you're still building your apex as well. So I'm going to show you in the second bead that I have right here. Okay, so you see how I am placing the bead on the nail and I'm like pushing it up. I'm focusing a little bit more on this back side because I want to make sure that I have that part as flat as possible. So when it's time for me to do the ombre, then it will not have any harsh lines. It will just make the ombre easier to do and much more flawless. So I definitely say try that trick out and let me know how it goes for you guys. So next I am placing the cover powder and I'm putting it like a centimeter above, but kind of sort of on top of where that flush part meets. And I'm just going to basically brush that ombre all the way up towards the end of the nail. When you brush it all the way up towards the end of the nail, that reduces the fact that it will have this harsh line. And you don't want to have any harsh lines when you're doing the ombre because you want to make sure that the ombre is very seamless. And so you start with that part and then you move on to the clear acrylic, which is going to also let it mend together really well and just bring the whole design together. And the reason why I am encapsulating this ombre is because when I go to file the nail, I'm not going to mess up the ombre. When it comes to two-tone colors, especially doing the ombre, every time you want to make sure that you encapsulate. Please do not forget to encapsulate, because if you do and you file the nail, you will literally take the ombre away. Now moving on to my index finger, and this one here is going to be a solid purple. And I ain't gonna lie, guys, I really cannot stand these new age powders. I'm going to try this brand that I've had before. I've had two powders before. It was called Chisel. Theirs not self-leveling. It's kind of more so on the runnier side, which is stuff I prefer to use, because you got to think about it like this from this standpoint. If I would like to marble with the new age acrylic powder, it would not be seamless marble. It would be all lumpy and it would just be a mess. And if I want to marble with the new age acrylic powder, that means I would have to sit one color there, let that color polymerize, and then put the other color on top and let that color polymerize, and then try to swirl it together. It's just too much. I am an advocate of like not wasting too much time doing nails, and I definitely want to get it done when it's time to get it done. And this new age acrylic powder, it just doesn't do it for me. Like, you see, look at that, look at my brush. It's getting like all sticky and things like that because I'm working it too fast. It's not ready to work. I'm not gonna complain or whatever about it, but I'm just trying another acrylic brand and see like what I think about it. Next, I'm getting close to the cuticle, so you want to make sure that you push it up towards the cuticle and slowly like brush it all the way down. Therefore, you can have a flawless cuticle. I personally do not agree with sitting in the bead on top of the cuticle area. That is not going to do anything but cause flooding, cause lifting, and all type of things of that nature. So make sure that you place it a centimeter or two above the cuticle area and then push it up into the cuticle area. This is not only going to make it look like it's a natural nail growing out, even though it's acrylic. It's just going to make the nail look better, and it's also going to help the nail last longer. Now I am going in with the glitter, and I had a lot of thoughts about adding glitter. At first I was thinking maybe I can do French tips and then that's it. Or I was like, no, I could just do the glitter. So I was going back and forth. I think I should have chose French tips, but I think the set still turned out great. Overall in all, I really did like it. But I am going to do a full extra long French tip nail set on my page. So leave a comment below if that's something you guys would like to see. Okay, and we're back to encapsulating. So I am starting from the cuticle area to encapsulate, and this is just the way I choose to encapsulate because sometimes I like to do it from the back, sometimes I like to encapsulate from the front. It just totally depends on how I feel that day, but majority of the time I start my encapsulation from the back. I just feel like it's just so easier for me to see where the bead needs more acrylic at, where the nail needs a little bit more acrylic at, because clear acrylic is already kind of hard to see as well. And I just find this a little bit more efficient, and I actually prefer this method this way. But like I always say in all my videos, it's totally up to you how you would like to encapsulate your nails. Moving on to the index finger, I would say you will want to work into layers when it comes working with double tip extra long nails, because you want to make sure that not only are you building a apex, but you want to make sure that you're building a structural foundation when it comes to extra long nails. And with that, how I would do it is I would just work in like a 3 to 5 beat method. And then you want to make sure that you are encapsulating your nail after. Now I am working on the cuticle bead, and you want to make sure that you are using slightly little monomer when it comes to the cuticle bead, because you do not want to over flood the cuticle. And then you want to just gently brush it down with the body of the brush, and you want to make sure that you do this for all of your nails. But you see how I had like that extra nail back there in the back? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply a thin amount of cuticle powder there. I don't know why I said cuticle powder, but I'm going to apply a little bit of powder there above the cuticle area, and I'm just going to gently brush it down while making sure I keep the cuticle bead flushed. Also guys, I did decide to leave this in real time just so you guys can see how long it would take me to do my hand, and also just so you guys can see and get a feel and watch how I work at a slower pace, because I know most of my videos is kind of like fast forwarded, because sometimes the videos be way too long. Like this one is like 16 minutes long, and I don't know if people like to sit there that long to watch a nail video for 16 minutes, but it's just something I'm trying out. And I also want to get a lot of feedback from my subscribers, and I just want to shout out, thank you guys so much for getting me to 115 subscribers. I've literally been working so hard to push out so much content for you guys. With being a full-time mom and all that, it's kind of hard to try to maintain balance, but I feel like I'm doing a really good job at it, and I'm going to continue to push out the videos. Let me know below in the comments what you guys would like to see, because y'all are not leaving me no comments. Like, come on, stop being shy. Also, Drop your Instagrams below so we can follow each other. My Instagram is IG elusive underscore nails. Follow me and I will follow back, and hit me a DM saying hit me a DM like saying like YouTube or something like that, so I will know they don't need to follow you back. So let's get into it. Honestly, on this nail, I feel like I could have did without the glitter. Sometimes when I get glitter, I just overdo it. Like, I literally just be overdoing it with glitter. I just love what the way glitter looks. I think I'm gonna do me a full glitter French set. Oh my god, that would be so cute. Like the Frenchies with the glitter tips. And you want to make sure that you are encapsulating the nails. So make sure when you're working with the clear acrylic, you push it up towards it. Now I would say be careful working with the clear acrylic very wet, especially towards the cuticle area, because it really can like overflow the cuticle because it gets so runny so much. But I say just work on your liquid to powder ratio and everything really should be fine. Now, overall, this pinky was my favorite, and I'm actually thinking about doing a full nail set like this, minus the glitter. Because, like I said, I literally was overdoing it with this glitter on this set, but it's okay because I still did like it. But I would call this like the lava nail or something like that of that nature, because I think it'll be really, really good. But I love the fact like how it still have a clear background, but it has like a hint of color. Like it's just giving me everything. Shape check. Okay, so this 3D heart, I definitely did not leave in real time because we'd be sitting here all day. I definitely fast forwarded, but I'm not gonna lie. I had made the first heart. I made it too small, but that's not the one I put on the nail. I actually put a bigger one on the nail, but it's still the same process, but I just made it a little wider, so therefore it will be able to be seen. And I feel like the one I made was still too small. But overall, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get the acrylic And you see how I'm just like pushing it in a little bit and like swirling it out to give it that heart shape. You want to make sure that you keep that heart shape at all times, because while you're working this, the acrylic is drying at the same time. Now I am applying my Bling Gel to the heart, and I'm going to basically apply the little caviar beads around it, and then I'm going to cure it. So also what I am using is the back of a nail form, and it actually makes you creating 3D acrylic so much easier. But this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for joining.